Hey guys, Jason here with a Duel Masters video. So I recently came back from a holiday in Japan, which unfortunately did not have a lot of time for Duel Masters, but I was able to squeeze in something. So I found myself in the Ikebukuro area, and I decided to check out some of the card stores. My plan was to just jump into some bargain bins, and take a look at some of the singles and see if there's anything that, viewers of the channel might find interesting. Now, unfortunately, at least in the Ikebukuro area, there aren't too many Duel Masters card shops. There are a handful of card shops in the area, and I did check out quite a few, like 5 or 6. And I only found one with Duel Masters, which was good old Yellow Submarine, which I believe is a franchise, and it's also a site or a shop rather, that I've been to in the past. Big Magic, unfortunately, did not have any Duel Masters, and it's a shop I remember buying singles from before, so that was kind of unfortunate. Lots of shops specializing in Pokemon, and I also see One Piece TCG coming up quite a bit, so I guess that's kind of popular. I guess Ikebukuro might not be the best area to hunt for Duel Masters cards. Maybe some of the more otaku specialized areas may give you more luck. Maybe like Akihabara or something like that. But yeah, unfortunately no old school singles in the display. Anyway, I'm just going to take you through the things that I saw. I took some pictures of cards that I found interesting. Of course, there is the display that I've been showing. And some other cards, well, we've got some DMP favorites. The Hyperspatial Evolution, I think it's like Guile Kaiser, if I'm not misremembering. He's one of the guys that we always popped out from Hyperspatial Ryusei Hole. So we've got him in here. We've got some Mana Crisis, which is pretty interesting. So we've got a special art Mana Crisis. Essence Elf, yep. Which is going for like quite a bit, which is kind of interesting. I think Essence Elf is a card that hasn't seen too many reprints in the OCG. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that may be the reason. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 400 yen is not, a bank-breaking amount, but I think, for a common, right? Seems like quite a lot. Some more TCG cards. We've got Mana Nexus and Mystic. I always get Mystic Dreamscape and Mystic Treasure Chest confused. I think this is Mystic Treasure Chest. It's the one that lets you search your deck for a card to put in your mana zone. It was used in some like convoluted Bliss Totem strategies in the early OCG. And given that the one I'm looking at is a reprint, well, I guess it's seeing some OCG applications as well. And we've got some Bolmedius cards in here. So we've got Bolmedius Steel Dragon with a funky artwork. And then we've got Bolmedius Sapphire Dragon, who's looking very imposing. Hashtag winner. Now this is one that I thought was very interesting. There is a card here featuring Kazuya from Tekken from the looks of it. Now I know Duel Masters does these collaborations from time to time. I know that in DMP, they do a lot of collaborations with animes and things like that. So maybe Tekken is another one that they're... Well, actually, no, this is from DMEX08. So that's I think that was released quite a while back. It's interesting that we have Kazuya here. I wonder if they have other Tekken collaboration cards. But pulling some knowledge from my other hobbies, I had quite an interest in fighting games back in the day. And, well, Kazuya was on the cover of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is a fighting game released like 10 years ago. And, I always thought Jin was the protagonist of Tekken, and he was like the last reveal for that game and not on the cover, so I thought that was interesting. And also Kazuya is the Tekken representative in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, maybe Kazuya is like the Tekken brand ambassador. Anyway, we've got another card here. So I don't remember the name of this guy. Surely he is a Ryusei of some sort. But he's the guy who, I think when one of your dragons attacks, you can pop one of your opponent's shields. So it's like a Bolmedius, or I guess I should say a Gajira Butte style effect, which is pretty interesting. And then I think he also stops you from losing the game, right? Man, it's been a while since I've played. But yeah, I think it's like when you get to Domidot, he can sacrifice himself or something. Anyway, more DMP favorites. Yeah, you can see the dire state of things. We are so far removed from the TCG era of cards. I'm trying to be relatable through Duel Masters Plays. So we've got the dark hyperspatial creature, who is kind of a meme. This guy was one of the earliest releases. Oh, I'm also realizing that in the corner of the photo, I might have missed out on Death March. Anyway, and then to the left, we've got Necro Dragon Gul'Generade, who is very much an icon of the game, in my opinion. Well, I guess speaking of TCG, we've got a Zagan. Well, it says Zagan GR, so this must be a retrain of some sort, but there you go, Zagan. We can recognize him. Very nice. And then we've got Cosmic Darts, which seems to be a very interesting card. Dreaming Moon Knife, who is, well, not really a TCG favorite, but I guess we'll put him in the video. It's not even the real Dreaming Moon Knife, it's a twin-packed card, but there you go. Bolmedius Black Dragon, who did not actually see that much play in Duel Masters Plays, but we recognize him. He's a Bolmedius, so we'll talk about him real quick. And then, okay, so now we are into the bargain bins. So this is where I usually have some fun. There were quite a few, and a lot of them featured... Well, basically, the cards inside had borders that I wasn't so familiar with, so I guess it's from the more recent sets. But I found quite a few Aqua Rangers here, which you can get for 50 yen each. We've also got Wilhelm, so if you want to make a Wilhelm deck, I got a little playset over here. And then, of course, we are joined by the hyperspatial spell that was limited to one. It was Hall of Famed in Duel Masters Plays, because, like, I think it had, like, a shield regeneration effect, and I remember this being very degenerate with Spell Cyclica and Soul Swap. That was not a good time, even though I did get to play my favorite deck, Javajik. The Beautician. So if you want a foil playset of the Beautician, they can be had for very cheap. It works out to be cheaper than a lot of the online listings, because in the online listings for the dirt cheap commons or non-valuables, it's usually a playset for 300 yen, I think it was. So for this, if you go to the physical stores, you can save 100 yen. Sandfist, there, some TCG cards, which is priced at a very oddly specific 78 yen. Fairy Life, stay evergreen, Fairy Life, we love you. Shang-Chi, got Shang-Chi over here with some Mendelssohn and Call for Dragons. So if you want to make your Shang-Chi deck with the physical cards, you can. And then we've got a foil full art copy of Royal Durian, which may make Diabolical Drew very happy. I think he has some affiliation to the card. So Royal Durian for 98 yen. There you go. But yeah, so that is it. I don't really know what else to talk about here. Unfortunately, we are very far removed from the TCG, so I think if you want to find some TCG-themed cards, you may have to go into the more specialized shops or the more specialized areas, I guess. If there are any of you in the comments who have a lot of experience living, visiting, staying in Japan, who can maybe give some good advice on where to find Duel Masters cards that the TCG fanbase may appreciate, well, feel free to share them because I'm sure some of the others may appreciate it. Other than that, I think buying online is still your best bet. If you can use like a Japanese shopping service, or if you know someone in Japan, browse Mercari, browse Rakuten, Yahoo Auctions, what have you. But there is something different about going to a shop and, just finding something, stumbling across something that interests you. To me, that's a very special experience. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.